Hello and welcome students to this module. The name of the unit is Morphology of Angiosperms and the name of the module is Leaf Shapes. In this module we are going to learn different shapes of angiosperm leaves with examples, diagrammatic description of different shapes of leaves. The learning outcomes would be to identify the shapes of the leaves, to differentiate between shapes of the leaves with citing their examples and analyze the significance of these leaf shapes in taxonomy. Now, how these leaf shapes are basically divided or how we categorize them. Basically, leaf shapes are just the outline of the leaf lamina or the leaf blade. It may be categorized as per the following factors: narrow throughout, wider more or less at the base and apex, wider at the base, narrow at the apex, wider at apex and symmetrical lamina. Then today in this module we are going to study 15 shapes which we see in angiospermic plants. To start with, we have the first three: acicular, linear and lanceolate. Acicular example is pine, linear example is Allium cepa, lanceolate is callistemon, or you can also say nerium. The first one is seen here, pine needle shaped leaves. The second one is linear. They are long and narrow with almost parallel sides as in grasses and also in onion, Allium cepa. The third type is lanceolate leaves. They are lance shaped. They are more longer than broad and tapering from broad base towards the apex. This shape is seen in callistemon lanceolatus and also in Nerium indicum. Now we go to the next three types: elliptical, ovate and oblong. Elliptical as seen in Vinca rosea, ovate as seen in Sida ovata, oblong as seen in banana or Nusa paradisiaca. If you see the diagrammatic representation and a little bit of explanation, these elliptical leaves are shaped like an ellipse, a flattened circle, usually more than twice as long as broad. Then ovate. Ovate are egg shaped with broadest part near the base. You can see two examples here, hibiscus rosa sinensis and Sida ovata. Then we see oblong kind of leaves which are uniformly broad throughout the length, as you see in Nusa paradisiaca, that is banana. Next we go to the next three types: cordate leaves seen in Piper nigrum, cuneate leaves is seen in Pistia, paltate leaves as you see in Nelumbo. Now to see the diagrammatic representation of this, cordate means heart shaped. You can see in the diagram, heart shaped leaf with a notch at the base, you see in Piper nigrum. Then next one is cuneate, when you can see wedge shaped leaves tapering at the base and they are broader or wedge shaped at the apex. Example, Pistia. Paltate leaves which are shield shaped. They are shaped like a shield with a petiole attached to the base. This we see in Nelumbo. The next three types of shapes include obcordate, as you see in Bauhinia purpurea, lyrate as you see in Raphanus, and spatulate as you see in Euphorbia. Now when we go to the details in the diagrammatic representation of these three, you can see very nice meticulous arrangement of these leaves which are heart shaped. They look heart shaped but they have a notch in the apex. So they are heart shaped but broadest part and notch is there in the apex. Example, Bauhinia. Bauhinia purpurea is one species which I can record in this. Then we have lyrate leaves. These lyrate leaves are very much lobed. They have larger lobes at the top, and as they come down towards the base, they are having smaller lobes. So they are lyre shaped, pinnatifid. Pinnatifid is a type of incision which you see in leaves, which you are going to see in the next module, with large terminal lobes and very small lower lobes. This type of arrangement or this type of shape of the lamina is seen in Brassica compestris, is also seen in Raphanus and so on. Now we go to the next shape, that is spatulate. Spatulate, the term itself suggests that they are shaped like a spatula. They have broader spatulate apex and a very tapering and narrow base. Example is Euphorbia nerifolia. You can see in the diagram that it has got spatula type of leaves, broader at the apex, and as they come to the base they are narrowed down. Then lastly we see the three types of shapes: oblique, reniform and sagittate. Oblique we see in example is begonia, reniform Centella asiatica, sagittate is arum. We see the details of these three. We see oblique with two unequal halves of the leaf. You can see in the picture there are two unequal halves of begonia leaves. This gives them a very oblique shape. Then we come to reniform. Reniform means kidney shaped. The leaves are shaped in the form of a kidney or in the form of a bean shaped. So we see this in Centella asiatica, which is also known as Brahmi. Okay. Then the last one, which we see sagittate, leaf with an arrow-shaped blade. We see this in arum and many other species of arum where the leaves are arrow-shaped. Now in this module, we have seen different kinds of leaf shapes and their significance. Leaves have different shapes so that they orient and take maximum light for photosynthesis for the plant. The leaf shapes are also associated with systematics, and their shapes help in identification of the plants. You can do the reference as given in the PowerPoint, and I hope you have learned something from this module. Thank you.